Hello children, welcome to another fun lesson on Notebook. Children, do you remember the different kinds of charts you learned in your previous class? It will be really helpful if you revise those from Notebook videos once again. In this lesson, we will learn about lines and scratches that are used to make charts. Do you know what they are called? The lines and scratches for charts are called tally marks. Let us see how they look. I will tell you a story. There were three friends, Joe, Jay and Jagan. They knew only one language each. Joe knew English, Jay knew Bengali and Jagan knew Tamil. One summer afternoon, they were sitting under a mango tree. They were counting and recording the mangoes that were falling on the ground. They decided to pick up the mangoes only when they have counted all of them. Once done, they tried to check the number with each other. Jay had counted Dosh and Jagan had counted Pattu. They didn't understand each other's language and were very confused. But Joe had done a trick. Every time a mango fell, he put a scratch or line on his copy. When he showed his records to Jay and Jagan, they saw that there were scratches which looked like this. Surprisingly, their count matched exactly with the number of scratches by Joe, that is 10, as 10 is Dosh in Bengali and Pattu in Tamil. These scratches or lines, which help us keep count of anything, are called tally marks. Often, tally marks are written in groups of 5. So when there are 4 marks for 4 counts, the fifth count is written as a slanted mark over the last 4. It is convenient to quickly find the different counts when the tally marks are grouped into bundles of 5. Let us see an example. Suppose you want to count the number of red, blue, green, yellow and white balloons here. First, you should write the name of the color, red, blue, green and so on. Then count and mark. When you locate one red balloon, you put 1 mark in the row for red balloon. When you locate the second one, then the second mark and so on. When you locate the fifth, just cross over the first 4. This makes a bundle of 5 counts. Again, start from the 6th to 7th, 8th and so on. Similarly, make tally marks for blue, green, yellow and white balloons. When you don't bundle the counts, the tally marks will look like this. If you need to know the number of balloons of each color, you have to know the number of tallies for each, right? It will be a tedious task to count the tallies for yellow balloons. This is why we bundle it in groups of 5, so that just by counting the bundles and multiplying by 5, we get the number of balloons for each color. For example, there are only 4 marks for blue. So total 4 blue balloons. For the green balloons, there are 3 bundles and a mark. That means there are 3 multiplied into 5, which is equal to 15 and 1 more. That is 16 balloons. Similarly, there are 4 bundles for yellow balloons. This means there are 4 multiplied into 5, which is equal to 20 yellow balloons and so on. Children, isn't it easy to count by tally marks? But how do we arrange the different colored balloons so that they look neat? We can arrange them in a circular fashion by putting the reds together, the whites together, etc. When we do so, we see that the yellow balloons have the largest section of the circle and the blue ones have the smallest section. It looks like a chapati chart, isn't it? Similarly, we can also put them one after the other in rows or columns. The longest one is the yellow balloon column. This arrangement looks like a bar graph, isn't it? We can make a chapati chart or bar chart in our copies from tally marks. Let us see how. We have already written the count of numbers for each of the colors, right? So the numbers of red, blue, green, yellow and white balloons are 8, 4, 16, 20 and 12 respectively. These numbers are called frequencies. So the frequency of red balloons is 8. You can make a bar chart with the frequencies by making boxes as you learnt in the previous year. But how can you make accurate boxes? For the red balloons, you can draw a line of 8 cm from a base. For the blues, draw a line of 4 cm from the base. Similarly, draw lines for the other colors. The length of the lines should be the corresponding frequencies in centimeter. Make rectangles like this with the lines. You have a bar chart ready. Doesn't it look similar to the bar chart that we made by arrangement? Similarly, when you draw a chapati chart, first you need to find the total number of balloons. If you add all the frequencies, that is, the number of each kind of balloons, you get the total number. We see that there are 60 balloons in total. So when we make the chart, the full circle will mean 60 numbers, right? The largest among all the frequencies is 20 and it is 1/3 of the whole, as 20 of 60 is 1/3. So cut out 1/3 of the circle for yellow balloons. 12 out of 60 is 1/5. So cut out 1/5 of the circle for 12 white balloons. Mark a small section for 4 blue balloons, as 4 has the least frequency. Double the blue section should be the red section, as 4 multiplied into 2 is equal to 8. Mark this for the red balloons. The remaining part is for the remaining 16 green balloons. The previous chapati chart and the one we constructed look more or less the same, isn't it? Interesting, right? Children, can you find out the following from the chapati chart? You may also use the frequencies. How many balloons are red, red and blue, red, blue and green, red, blue, green and yellow, red, blue, green, yellow and white? From the table, we see that there are 8 red and 4 blue. So we add them to get 12 red and blue. To the 12, we add the 16 green balloons. Thus, there are 28 red, blue and green balloons. Add 20 to that. Hence, there are 48 red, blue, green and yellow balloons. Finally, add the white and we have 60 balloons of all colors. This is also the total number of balloons, right? This is similar to a memory game, as you keep repeating the last word along with all the previous ones. We will learn more about these memory games and other kinds of charts in the next video. See you soon. Bye.